Hey everybody, this is Jason Fabok, artist on Batman, The Button, and you're watching Gabe Infinity Watch.
Hey everybody! Hey, welcome to a very, I think that's enough varies. No, not enough varies. Very special and epic haul video. First off, let me just kind of get to the thank yous to all of my viewers, all you guys out there who are subscribing and viewing to my videos. This has been always a really fun, wild ride doing these videos and hearing the feedback and reading the comments from everybody who takes the time and the effort out of their day to watch these videos and reply back and to subscribe to my videos and allow these things to kind of pop up on your phone or your computer, wherever you get your YouTube feed at. So always I appreciate that. We're kind of on the path to the first 1,000 subscribers, so that's super cool. I'm very excited to see what happens in the future. Who knows where this is going to go? It could go anywhere. This isn't scripted or planned out or anything like that. This is just kind of how everything everything's very ad-libbed. I don't do much editing on these videos or anything like that. So with that out of the way, thank you everybody. Let's get into this extremely epic Holy Grail of a video. Now normally I don't do single haul item videos. Usually I wait till the end of the month, beginning of the month to do my monthly haul videos of everything that I picked up and acquired from the previous month, which I'm still going to do. Today is the 26th of July. So in a couple days, over the weekend, I'll do the normal monthly haul video. But this is a very special occasion. So I had to do a video on this one single item because, as I've been saying in the title of the video and everything, Holy Grail haul. So I really don't know where to go from here. I think that's enough setup for the item, enough mystery and pizzazz to kind of get you guys interested and intrigued in what's going on. So let's just kind of cut to the chase and get all that formality stuff out of the way, and let's talk about what's in here. All right, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I got a Fantastic Four #1 CG Seed 3.5. This is my most sought after Holy Grail item. There is nothing at all that I want more than this book, this issue of this title. As you can see from my shirt, and I'm sure you guys can tell if you know me on the Facebook groups or in my other videos, Fantastic Four is my favorite comic book of all time. And with that said, this is, of course, the most important issue of Fantastic Four because, of course, it is the first appearance of the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm. Also, you get the first appearance of the Mole Man in here. Not only just that, what's really important about this comic, I'm sorry for the glare here, you've probably seen doubles of me, but I'm handsome enough that that's okay. And humble about it. What's also very important about this book, as you can see on the notes, can we get a good shot on the notes here? Oh, doesn't say it on the notes. This is an older version of the CGC casing. This is probably pre-2000, I would say early 2000. This is the start of the Marvel Universe. This is where Marvel Comics and the Marvel Universe starts and begins. Before this, it was Timely Comics. They were doing monster books, love books, monster books, love books, detective stories, things like that, because of this right here, the Comics Code Authority, which you don't see on books anymore. Pre 2000-ish, again, 2000, 2002, I want to say, is when Marvel kind of got rid of the Comics Code. We can talk about that later. But this is what starts the Marvel Universe. Absolutely 100%. This is what brought Jack Kirby back to Marvel Comics. This is what saved Marvel Comics, the publishing group. Because literally, according to stories that I've read about Jack Kirby, at this time, Marvel Timely Comics, Timely at the time, was basically shutting down and was basically moving all the furniture out of the offices and getting ready to close the doors, where Jack Kirby shows up and says, hey, I have an idea, let's work together and get this started up, and starts this. And you can also kind of see the timeline for that with the fact that Fantastic Four, for the first at least 3, 4, maybe 5 issues, was basically a monster book, as you can see from the cover here. Did Gorgon? No, not Gorgon. Damn it. I forget the name of the monster, but Moman's monster here on the cover. It all just really kind of pans out that Kirby left DC after he was doing like Challenges of the Unknown for adventurers. Get it? Came over and brought kind of that idea and the monster ideas that Marvel was kind of doing in the 50s, and kind of made Fantastic Four. Also, the story kind of pans out that the president, publisher, owner, whomever of Marvel Comics, Timely Comics at the time, was playing golf with the DC publisher, and DC was telling him how superhero comics had came back and they started a superhero team book, and how fantastic and amazing those sales were doing and how well it was doing. And that put the bug in his ear to tell Stan that they should start doing books like this, and that kind of started the idea of Stan Lee wanting to do his own stories, and was getting kind of tired of doing what he was told to do, and just kind of pushing out nonsense books that he wasn't proud of or kind of committed to and stuff like that. But again, Fantastic Four #1, 3.5 on the CGC scale. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do it. I think I'm going to crack this open, maybe get it pressed, maybe cleaned a little bit, and send it back in. Either way, I'm going to do that. I'm going to crack it open and send it back in, because I would like the newer CGC cases. I really like the newer CGC cases. They're much thicker. The number grade is up in the corner, and it's just really big and bold, and it's a really nice new case. I don't think I have any. I might have a new case. Give me a sec. No. Oh, I do. I have a new case here. So let's do a quick comparison. Here's Batman 608, and here's my Fantastic Four. You see how way different the CGC cases are. You see that it's a much bigger number. The case is a lot thicker. You can't really tell without holding it, but it's actually just this real thick. It's indented up here, so it feels a lot sturdier and more. I would never want that to happen, but probably like survive a fall. So I would like to do that just to kind of get the better case. Getting books recased aren't that expensive. It might be different with a book like this based on what the book is and how expensive it is and stuff like that. Might cost a little bit more. Normally get a book recased is like $20 plus the shipping back and forth and stuff like that. So never too outrageous, but I think it might be more than that. But I'm willing to do that to get the nicer, safer, bigger, important case. So how about the story of how I got it? I'm sure everybody's interested on how there's got to be a story behind this. And there is. It's an amazing story. Actually, it all happened today, July 26th, on my lunch break at work. This is one of these stories where it feels like this was meant to happen for me to have this book in particular. On my lunch break today at work, I got my phone. I've been watching this book on eBay for the last week or so. No bids on it all week. And again, it just things kind of fell in place that the auction was ending right when my lunch break. My lunch break normally is at work. So on my lunch break, as the auction was getting ready to end, bam, got on there, put in my bid at the last second, because that's how you do it. You got to snipe these things. So last second bid, won the auction. Went back to my job, doing my normal everyday stuff. Then on my break, after my lunch break, my last break of the day, got my phone again, and there was a message from the seller saying, "Hey, congratulations on getting the book on such a good deal." They gave me a little bit of story about the backstory of the book, how it was their dad's favorite book, and their dad recently passed a couple years ago, and stuff like that. So I kind of like having the prestige, the story behind the book. By the way, we're in Vegas also, so would you be willing to, meet in person and, we could deliver it that way? Of course, I was like, fuck yes, let's meet up and get my book today. I don't have to wait for the shipping. Yes, please, let's do this today. Again, it's kind of all just falling into place. I win the bid on my break, and they happen to be in Vegas with the book. I meet them up today. We do the delivery, and presto, changeo, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I got the book the same day I won the auction. Usually you got to wait a while to get it shipped, and it goes to your house, and you check the tracking for every 30 seconds to see if it's home, and then it's home and you're stuck at work, and you got to just wait till work is over, and you drive home really fast, and you go to your mailbox, and there it's there. No, I actually got to meet the person. We chatted. Might do some more business later as well, which is really cool. And was able to get, this epic book. So that's kind of the story there. Really super cool. Also about the book, it's the last 10-cent book that Marvel did. After this is when everything kind of went to the 12-cent range. So this is the beginning of the Silver Age. Kind of, sort of, depending on what book you're thinking of. A lot of people think it's, Flash or Green Lantern. Some of the DC titles that do it, but Fantastic Four also ushered in the 12-cent price guide, or cover price. It's also one of the underrated and undervalued Silver Age books for being as important and as much of a piece of history as this book is. It is extremely undervalued. Extremely undervalued. At 3.5, like this, if this was an AF Amazing Fantasy 15 first appearance of Spider-Man, you're looking at $15,000, I want to say, maybe. Fantastic Four #1, same condition, nowhere near that amount. Super inexpensive in comparison to like an Amazing Fantasy 15. So it's really undervalued, and of course that's going to be because the movies suck. The movies are not being done by Marvel, they're being done by Fox, and they're just garbage movies. Marvel's not even publishing Fantastic Four right now, currently. So I think all those kinds of things affect the market value of the book, the demand for the book, and things like that, which, hey, I'm okay with, because I scored this book at a good price. I'm not going to go into details of how much I paid for it. It's not here or there. Look things up on eBay, Comic Link, My Comic Shop, things like that, recent sales of books, and you can probably get a decent idea of what I might have paid for something like this. So, extremely historical issue and my favorite book of all time is now a part of my collection. I've been hugging it all day. I just want to get a chain and wear it around my neck all day long. If I could do that, I would totally just wear a big old wrapper chain with this book around my neck everywhere I went. No, I wouldn't, because I'd probably get robbed for it eventually. But yeah, so here's my epic haul. I don't usually do single item hauls because I like to kind of do a whole big old thing together for you guys. But this is super important to me. Super important. Comic book in general. And if Marvel ever gets the movie rights back, this is going to explode exponentially. It will 5-6 times double 5-6 times its value will go up for sure, and that's a proven fact. Well, not proven, but it's going to happen. So I'm glad I was able to get this now before Marvel and Fox work something out like Sony and Marvel did with Spider-Man. And now it's a part of my collection, and I'm extremely happy. Not very often do I feel like I reach life goals, and this is definitely a life goal that I finally reached. One of the happiest moments in my comic book collecting life career, however you want to kind of figure it out. Right up there with my kids being born. Not really, but I mean it's definitely with the story and how I was able to get the book the same day I won it on eBay. It's going to be a story that's going to stick with me forever, and that memory is always going to kind of be around. And now I got my Holy Grail. Might not be your Holy Grail or anybody else's Holy Grail. A lot of people will probably say, you know, Action Comics #1 or Detective Comics 27 or Amazing Fantasy 15 or, you know, anything else like that. But for me and my idea of comic book history, Fantastic Four #1 is the Holy Grail of comics. So, with that said, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to pour myself a nice shot here in celebration of achieving consumerism. Basically, I've spent money on something that doesn't do anything but sit in this case. But again, for all the comic book community, cheers to you. Cheers to my subscribers and my viewers. Cheers to Jack Kirby. Cheers to the Omnibus Collectors Group on Facebook. My Omni Bros, Jess, Gio, Luis, and Riley. Everybody out there. And the Fantastic Four #1. This is for you. So, give me a second. Oh, that tequila was hit me good. I'm gonna do it again because this is my channel, and I do what I want. Cheers, everybody. All right, so with that said, now what's your Holy Grail book? What book do you think you can reasonably obtain? I know everybody out there is probably going to say Action Comics #1, Detective Comics 27. I would love to have those books myself, but those aren't books I would keep in my collection. Those are books I would just, if I somehow stumbled across them and got it for like some cheap, stupid price, I would just flip it just for the money, just to pay off my house, just to add more to kids' college funds, stuff like that. Excuse me. My Fantastic Four, I don't think I'm ever going to sell. Unless something really crazy came up and this book super blew up in price, like stupid amounts where it'd be dumb for me to keep it. Maybe I would flip it then and sell it then. But in the time being, this is my prized possession. I said it, this is my prized possession now. But what about you guys? Let me know down here in the comments. I'll meet you down there. We'll chit-chat in there. What's your Holy Grail book? What book is it that if you got, you would feel like I don't need to collect comics anymore? Because I don't right now. I don't feel like I need to collect back issues anymore because I have the pinnacle back issue. What book is that for you? What would make you kind of just, I'm done. I got it. What book would that take for you? Let me know down below. Also, I'll put a link down below. Hit up the Omni Bros channel. It's a weekly YouTube channel with me and a bunch of my buddies. I'm not on it all the time. I'm a backup reservist on that channel in case somebody gets sick or something comes up and they can't make it on the show. I'm as a backup. This week we're going to do something super fun and different. I'm not going to announce it here. It's not my place to say, but definitely check it out. Get into the chat. A lot of cool people in the chat. We're going to try and do some more interactive stuff to involve all of our chat folks in there, all you awesome people in the chat. So I'll put that link down there below as well. It's already there actually. Just kind of scroll down to the bottom. All the Omni Bros links are on there. Gio and mine and Luis and Jess and everybody in the Omni Bros are on there. Check that out. Subscribe to that. Check out those videos. But with all that said and done, thanks for watching. If this is your first time here, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's chit chat about comic books and your Holy Grail, my Holy Grail, and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay. Either way, thanks again for subscribing. Thanks again for being here. One last cool shot of Fantastic Four #1. I'll show the back. Bam. Condition's really good. Honestly, there's not much Marvel chipping. There's a little bit on there, but that's expected for this time frame. Beautiful book. Cream off-white pages, if that's something that you care about. But either way, I love every one of you for being here. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Thanks again.